Welcome everyone back to CWR-TV. Next up we have Big D versus Jaysin Xero. You know, after the attack at first strike, when Jaysin Xero laid into Big D with that kendo stick, Big D has nothing but revenge on his mind in this one-on-one matchup here. And there you see him, Big D, the big man from the north, taking his way to the ring there.
Now don't expect a very technical sound masterpiece here. Both of these men well over the 300-pound mark. This is definitely a battle of behemoths. It's now Big D asking for a microphone.
Last time I was in this arena, I was caned with a kendo stick by Jaysin Xero.
Who?
Exactly. Now the DOA, whatever the hell you want to call him, made a match between me and Xero. And
No!
see me, Big D, kick Jaysin Xero's ass.
Kick his ass, cool.
That's what I thought.
It's gonna be too easy.
There you see him calling out Jaysin Xero, but this is not the music of Xero. This is Mr. Canton, the DOA of CWR. And there you see him, and he has a microphone. Let's hear what he has to say.
That's not whatever his name is.
Big D, I feel you on your wanting revenge on Jaysin Xero, but we cannot have such an event today. It's too big to waste for just normal CWR TV. But revenge will be having right now with this opponent.
Well, it seems like Mr. Canton found a replacement for Jaysin Xero, basically saying that a match between Big D and Jaysin is way too big for right here, right now. As there you see Crossworthy here. Crossworthy lost to Big D at first strike in the CWR Championship Tournament, looking to gain a bit of retribution, I'd imagine.
That was a real good match these two had the first time. I believe it could have went either way. And Crossworthy possibly wanted to get some revenge here. Big D not happy about it, you can tell. He wanted to get a piece of Jaysin Xero after that attack at the end of first strike.
Obviously, Big D not prepared for the style of Crossworthy. He was prepared for Jaysin Xero, throwing Crossworthy to the map there. Obviously, he was prepared for a much different style of competitor.
Expecting a 300+ pound guy, and you get the little over 200 pound but quick Crossworthy, and you're gonna have to change your style, but he doesn't seem too affected by it now as he threw Crossworthy to the mat twice with ease. But Crossworthy coming out with a knee to the gut and a big suplex on the 300+ pound guy. Crossworthy is incredibly strong for his size, but then you see right after he shows that power, he goes up to the top rope with that cross body there. Crossworthy can really do it all. Kind of a slow count by the ref, didn't have real good positioning, but a 2 count nonetheless.
Crossworthy throwing caution to the wind. He knows he has to do whatever it takes to keep Big D down. Obviously, what he did at first strike was not enough. Big D walked away the victor. Right now, Crossworthy in total control.
You see Crossworthy being a little more aggressive, but Big D brick walls him there, sending Crossworthy to the mat. Crossworthy being picked up by Big D in a nice twisting neck breaker. 1, 2, only a 2 count.
We got a referee there for this match, Chris Stockley, the official for this one-on-one contest between Big D and Crossworthy, a rematch from first strike.
Big D sending Crossworthy off the rope there, but Crossworthy sending Big D to the mat. Crossworthy throwing his full body into Big D.
A big clothesline takedown there, basically doing everything he can to knock the 300+ pound man to the ground.
Picking D up now and sending him into the ropes. Now going for that flying shoulder block and hits it, but Big D falls back down to the ropes. Crossworthy looks like he tweaked his shoulder a bit there, but getting back in the ring, he has to stay on the big man if he wants to get this victory. And that shoulder to the gut, but Big D just absorbs it in another spinning neck breaker. Going to the cover, 1, 2, only a 2 count. Crossworthy barely kicking out. Not very much aggression in that kick out there.
Obviously, Big D with the swinging neck breaker. That is a very big, impactful move. Definitely taking a lot on Crossworthy. Now what's he going for here?
Going for that deadly combination. No, lifts him up, slams him right on that knee. Now it has him in some sort of submission there, that chokehold. Will Crossworthy tap it? Oh, a nice elbow right to the jaw of Big D.
That was a great move there by Big D, but Crossworthy finding the exact move he had to do to counter that. An elbow to the face of Big D gets him out of that submission hold.
Now sending Big D into the corner there, and a nice shoulder block. And some more right into the stomach of the big man. Now going up top with some punches to the head. Breaking it before the referee gets to the 5 count there. And one more for good measure. Now taking him to the center of the ring, looking for that crossover, I think, but Big D countering it into a sidewalk slam. 1, 2, only a 2 count. That was a big move by Big D.
A mistake there by Crossworthy. He was in total control. Went for that finishing maneuver of his. Big D obviously has it well scouted. He's felt that move before, and he countered a huge sidewalk slam, and suddenly momentum is shifting.
You hear the fans on Big D's side as he sends Crossworthy off the ropes into the black hole slam. 1, 2, only a 2 count as Crossworthy kicked out of the black hole slam.
How Crossworthy kicked out of that move, I do not know. That is a big move by Big D.
Big D frustrated. You can see it in his body language as he's lifting Crossworthy back up here. What's he going for? Going for some sort of suplex, and he hits the fisherman. 1, 2, only a 2 count is the big man. Not much of a bridge, but he still gets his shoulder up, so it's only counting Crossworthy. But Crossworthy kicks out regardless, and then he kicks Big D in the stomach. They're going for the black flip, and hits the black flip. That's what put Big D away, if I remember correctly. Only a 2 count this time. Big D nonchalantly lifting his shoulder up and pushing Crossworthy off. Crossworthy jumping in the ring, going for that springboard there. Overshoots a little bit, but hits enough to hurt Big D. Hits him on that leg, the mid-low section there.
A very athletic move by Crossworthy. You gotta think, these two men are putting it all on the line. You gotta imagine, the winner of this match has definitely gotta be in line for a CWR title shot down the road against whoever wins the main event tonight between Ryan Chambers and Chris Iron. That match still to come here immediately following this contest.
Crossworthy with some chops to Big D. There's another one. Big D reeling in the corner here. Crossworthy sets him up one more time. Big D falling down to his knees. Those chops do not feel good. Now Crossworthy with that camel clutch on the big man, but real close to those ropes. Took Big D a little while to notice it, but he gets to him. Crossworthy has to do something to the big man here to put him away. Send him off the ropes. It looks like Big D comes back, and sending Big D to the mat is Crossworthy. Going for another cover. 2, only a 2 count.
A huge shoulder tackle there, just not quite enough to put the big man down for the 3 count.
Let's go, Big D!
Crossworthy picking up D here. Some punches while D's on his knees.
Come on, Cookie!
Crossworthy just laying into Big D there, showing no remorse.
Where you keep your cookies at, Big
I think Crossworthy is being a little more aggressive than he was in their last bout. Possibly a little upset that he didn't pull off the victory. Oh, but a brick wall from Big D. It seems like every time I mention aggression, Big D brings out some aggression of his own and brick walls Crossworthy.
Crossworthy going to the well one too many times with that shoulder tackle, I think. And now Big D here. Big D locking in a cross arm breaker there.
That's something you don't see the big man do outside of his escargot submission. You don't see him going for too many submissions. He's more of a power guy. He's manhandling his opponents as you see Crossworthy get to the ropes right there.
A very devastating maneuver for sure. That move obviously wasn't locked on for long, but the damage has definitely been done. A cross arm breaker, one of the most deadly submission moves in the whole game.
Some chops from Big D now onto Crossworthy, possibly a little payback as we saw from a little bit ago.
Giving Crossworthy a taste of his own medicine there.
Now sending Crossworthy off the thing there, catches him belly to belly suplex. 1, 2, executed perfectly, but Crossworthy still able to kick out. What does Big D have to do here to put Crossworthy away? He still has some moves in his arsenal. You can see him do the Big Dipper, that muscle buster from the corner. That's possibly what he's going for here. lifting him up on that
You
second
know, and he
rope.
sets him up on the rope there. That's the move he's going for.
And there he is going for it, but Crossworthy flipping out. And now going for that Mexican-style bulldog that he hit.
That was an incredible counter by Crossworthy there, flipping out of the muscle buster type maneuver there, landing on his feet and coming right back at Big D with the attack.
But he didn't go for the pin there. Now lifting Big D up, sending him in the middle of the ring. Now he's going for that crossover. Hits it to perfection. I think it's over. 1, 2, 3 in a 3 count. Crossworthy coming out on top this time over the big man.
That's got to be considered a major upset. Crossworthy with the win over Big D. Retribution for his loss to the big man last week at First Strike.
And Crossworthy grabbing that Canadian flag from the big man, and now he's putting the big man to rest.
Draping that Canadian flag over Big D.
Next up we have Chamber.